Blog Talk Radio.
Who they talking about? They talking about me. Serena Speaks. A hot new show coming to you straight out of Atlanta, Georgia. The king of the South. So you can say, I'm the queen. Bring you nothing but the best and the hottest talent from around the world. I'm your host, Serena, and I'm about to speak. Are you listening? Of course you are. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Serena Speaks. I'm your host, Serena, and I am so anxious and happy about this interview tonight. I had the pleasure of working with this great actor, may I just say, and model on Atlanta Heat 2, a Janine Chait film, and it was mind-blowing. Let me just say that. He is awesome, and he takes very good care of his body, so he's just awesome. And he's a great person all the way around. Like, you can sit and talk with him and discuss anything with him, world issues, industry, anything. He's just a great person all the way around. It makes people just gravitate to him. And I believe that is his secret that, has driven his success and driven him, because he's just such a good person. Like, you can positive attract positive. So I believe that is his secret. But I am anxious for him to actually tell me his secret. But before we welcome our most honored guest, Mr. Johnwestleydean, I would like to give a big shout-out to Atlanta Heat 2 and Miss Janine Chait for an awesome film, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. It's going to be great and full of action and full of, really hot talent, and you need to be looking, out for these people because they're awesome. Jarnine Chaney, Johnwestleydean, it's so many. It is so many great talents in this, in this show that it's just mind-blowing, like I said. But anyway, I want to give a big shout-out to also Keith Fallon Hayes and 30 Day Itch, and also Secured Tightly from Miss Tessie Wilmount. I have a little cameo in there, and it was great working with all the great actors. We're like one big family here in the South. Everybody know everybody. But I think in order for you to really challenge yourself, you have to get out of your comfort zone and put yourself into a different breed. Because when you coming from the South and going actually, we say this is, Atlanta Wood, but when you go out there and you really just start swimming with the sharks and, you're trying to see if you can compete and hang and maintain and sustain, that's a whole different ball game. So we're going to welcome our guest, Mr. Johnwestleydean, and let him tell us what it takes to conquer Hollywood.
What's going on, Miss Lady?
Hi, Mr. D. Hi, how are you?
I'm enjoying my rainy day in L.A.
Oh, it's raining.
It has rained in 7 months out here.
Wow. So it's kind of like a blessing, huh?
Yeah, it's not bad at all,
All right, speaking of L.A., before we get into that, could you please just tell my listeners more about you, like, where do you come from? And I know it's New Jersey, but exactly what part, and, what have you been doing, your whole life, and about traveling the world and protecting our country? I'm just so enamored with this interview because I really want to know so much. So the floor is all yours, Mr. Dean.
Okay. Well, everybody already knows my name, Johnwestleydean. I come from Camden, New Jersey, and a lot of people may be familiar with Camden, New Jersey. It's actually the same place as Miss Tasha Smith, who has worked with great people like Tyler Perry, and she plays Marcus's wife in Why Did I Get Married 1 and 2, and she actually was a couple.
Yeah.
I ain't putting her age out there, but she was a couple grades before me. But we both hail from the same city, and she's out here, I'm out here. I'm just trying to do my thing, and I started out, out of high school and going to college, and I wound up in the military, traveling the world, seeing and doing different things. And when I got out, I found it was definitely an experience. In the military, I put it out there, but I was Special Forces, United States Army Ranger. So I did a lot of the nitty-gritty things that I don't always talk about or convey, but it has helped to shape my character as an individual and everything.
Oh, so ladies, too bad he's off the market, but to his wife, oh my goodness, Mrs. Dean, at least your man can really protect you. Oh my goodness. Like, you can really kick someone's head off or, stick them with 2 fingers and stop blood flowing through their body.
Yeah, I can,
right?
But I don't go around bragging about it.
Okay. So, what was you saying now?
Well, and then after the military, I brought me down here. Hello?
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Hello?
After the military, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
hear me?
I hear you great.
Okay. Oh, great. Okay. There's long distance calls here. After the military, I wound up in Atlanta, Georgia. And, it's kind of funny looking for work, especially after you get out the military and you're used to handling millions and millions of dollars worth of equipment. And, you get out and you got selected jobs that you can only apply for your skill set. So one day in Atlanta, driving down I-20, back in 2001, I heard about an open casting call looking for new talent for different agencies in Atlanta. It was on the hot station, B103. And I said, you know what? I'm in shape, got a good look. People always ask me, am I an actor or a model or something? So I went down there to this showcase, and I get in there. I'm a little overwhelmed because I see people in there rehearsing scripts, and they're singing and tuning up their voices, and I'm like, okay, I don't even know unless I can, shoot an M16 or fire a rocket launcher. I don't know what else I can do to show you how talented I am. So with that being said, it was a panel of judges. Robert Townsend actually was one of the judges that was on the panel. And I didn't have anything prepared to do, no monologues, and I didn't even know what a monologue was. I guess I was one of those guys that woke up one morning and said, hey, I want to be an actor. So I made my way down there. They gave me a script to read, and at that particular time, what they called it was a cold read. I'm like, a cold read, okay, whatever. They said, just read it and show us some emotion, and, just do what you do as you. So I actually learned it within about, I actually had a lot of time before I went on because it was so many people. So I actually memorized it, and I went out there and I did the monologue, and they looked at me and it was like, where did you study from? How long you been acting? Asking me all these questions, just bombarding me. And I'm like, never studied, don't have any real training. I just got out the military, and I just heard about this on the radio and just came on down. So Robert basically goes, well, how long have you been acting? And I said, just looked around like puzzled, like I didn't know what to tell the man. So I looked at my watch, and I was like, 1 hour, 33 minutes, and 26 seconds. he just like dropped his pen and paper on the table, like, man, stop playing with us. I said, no, I'm serious. He said, so you tell you just woke up and said, I want to be an actor. I said, well, you can look at it like that. And after that, they were just blown away with my delivery and, how it was. Really? And I don't know if the script just happened to fit my character, and I was just able to be myself. But after that was said and done, I didn't get selected by an agency or anything because, I guess it was like he's too raw, too new, whatever. But Mr. Townsend made his way over to me, and gave me his contact
Mr.
information.
Robert
was
Townsend.
like, yeah, 5 heartbeats. And told me I needed to attend his school. He has a school in Atlanta, and I don't know if a lot of people know of it, but it's called Premier Actors Network. It's run by Dwayne Boyd now. But that was something that Robert started in Atlanta. And I attended that Actors Network studio for, a little over 4 years. And I just,
Really?
It was kind of, it was kind of like being thrown into a Shark Tank, because Atlanta has a lot of hot comedians. I'm going to keep it real. Atlanta has a lot of hot comedians.
Yes.
And it seemed to be every comedian in the world happened to be in my class. And, Mr. Townsend invited me to the school and said, look, I won't charge you any monthly restoration or student fees or anything like that if you just promise to attend class 3 times a week. I think you got a lot of potential. I see a lot of different things in you, and I'm interested to see where they can go and where you can do with it. So I was like, okay, I made a commitment to it and attended the class, and that was pretty much it. And I started studying, but my first couple of months in that class, I'm not going to tell you a lie. It was rough, because especially on improv day, because I'm not a comedian, and I had to learn how to develop comedic timing very quickly with these comedians. I mean, I'm dealing with dudes that have been on BT, and, they already out there at, like, Uptown Comedy Club, and they just killing me on stage. But I learned so many different techniques. Go ahead. No, I'm saying I learned so many different techniques that, I realized that sometimes you don't always have to say something to be funny. It can just be an expression. No. It can be a body gesture.
Yes.
And that's the things that I learned, and I was able to hang with those guys just because of, different positions I made or movements I made with my body, or I just looked a certain way, or just responded with a one-word answer, or just gave a dumbfound look like a duh, like really. But it was just when you did it, if it made it funny or not.
So how long after going to the school, attending the school, did you actually start being a working actor?
Actually, kind of like in my second year at the school, I started getting bookings for different jobs. I wound up signing with an agency in Atlanta, and I'm currently still with them. It's called Slam Management. Shout out to my agent, Rodney Harris. He actually works for the Bailey agency. Yeah, he actually works for the Bailey agency with Cynthia Bailey from Atlanta Housewives. He's worked with her and everything, and they have some affiliations. He wound up picking me up, and I started off doing a lot of extra work, believe it or not, and just trying to get in where I fit in and just continuing to put my face out there. And a lot of people do a lot of extra work, but they don't fail to understand the principle of it. When you're in there, it's an opportunity for you to not be pushy, but to really network, not just necessarily with the fellow actors, but even the crew. Even the second AD, the lighting tech, the cameraman, find out what makes them tick, and, just introduce yourself, because these are people that you're going to see on a regular basis, believe it or not. And I actually got that information when I actually had a conversation with Miguel Nunez, who also played in Life. He played Biscuit in Life. He played Joanna Man. And, he just told me, he said, when you're on these sets, he said, learn as much as possible. Take notes. I mean, I would be on set. Everybody else is over there chilling and talking amongst themselves. I'm taking notes. I'm like, okay, what kind of camera is that? What kind of lighting are you using? Is that a 1.5-inch lens, or, what type of sound boom do you have? I'm really trying to figure this stuff out and asking questions and getting to meet each other, meet directors and casting directors, and even producers and stuff on the set, and the writers. So I started off slowly, gradually, building my way, working my name up. Next thing I know, I'm doing features. Next thing I know, I'm doing stand-in work. And believe it or not, stand-in work is, you can make a living off of stand-in work. Stand-in is basically you're the B team for the A team. So, and actually, I will be in Atlanta this week coming up, because I am Vin Diesel's stand-in for the Fast and the 5-7. So I'll be out there for about 14 days. Yeah. I would like to get his part, but I think he already got it on lockdown. So it didn't take me long to start working. Yeah. It didn't take me long to start working in the business. It was just, you have to be patient. This is a business of, you have to be patient and you have to be strong-willed, because if you're not prepared to, how can I say, endeavor the growing pains of this business, then this is not for you. Like, you know, some people fail to realize that at one point in my time trying to be an actor, I was homeless for a minute. I lived in my car for like 3 months. Yeah. And, you know, that's just some of the sacrifices that you got to make. Not saying that everybody's walk is going to be the same, but this just gives you a level of my commitment to where I was at and what I want to do. If this is something that I really want, I could have easily tucked my tail and went back home to Jersey with the family and stayed with mom and pop and everything like that. But I decided, you know, to stick it out and make this happen. And if you ever do some research on a lot of your great actors and actresses, a lot of them had the same situation, the same struggles. And I said, well, they can do it and make it, I can do it and make it as well.
Yeah, Tyler Perry being one of them, you know.
Yeah,
and you'll be amazed at the stories that they could tell you of just the struggle. And people just really see the lights and the camera and think it's all fabulous. But when I see it, I wonder what did they go through to get where they are. And that's what my question is to you.
Right. What did I go through to get where I was at? A lot of McDonald's dollar menus.
And it'd be so good.
Yeah, but you can't eat it all the time. But I had to live off of it for a while.
Of course,
well, great. I'm sorry. What was your question?
My question is, and it's the title of the show, what does it take to conquer Hollywood? Like, you've gotten there in such a short period of time. It hasn't even been a year yet. You're up there, and you have been in several, you know, projects and working and networking and meeting all of these fabulous people. What is that like? Like, was it when you first got there? Was it kind of
it's kind of surreal. It is. It's kind of surreal, and you know, but you got to play that cool card. You know, you got to act like, hey, how you doing, Regina King? I'm such and such. Keep it moving. And but when you get in the car and you driving home, you be like, dog, I just met Regina King. Oh my gosh, she's so fine. You be really tripping. And it's like, you know, even when I was in Atlanta, I got a chance to work with Richard Roundtree, who everybody don't know who that is. That's actually the original Shaft. And I got a chance to work with him, and I'm like, I'm playing it real cool. Because in my mind, I'm like, yo, I'm sitting next to Shaft. I'm talking to Shaft. In my mind, I'm like, so Mr. Roundtree, I'm real calm on the outside, but inside, I'm like, heart beating all fast, armpits getting sweaty.
Yes. You about to have a panic attack.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I got to say this. People are human beings. Celebrities are human beings. They're people, too. Everybody does it. I mean, you have some that have a diva and a king mentality where they want you to pamper them and worship them. But for the most part, everybody, you know, most people put their pants on the same way as everybody else, as I do. So, you know, you can be a fan of them or their work and, you know, have an admiration for what they've done and still follow them. But at the same time, when you're out here networking and you get a chance to meet them, you know, you can't be too pushy. You just got to be, you know, just chill out. Your time's going to come, because it was meant for you to be here to meet these people. Evidently, you're in the right place at the right time.
Exactly. So could you tell me on some of the projects that you've been blessed to work on in your career that, you know, some of the people might know of or, you know, seen you in? And please tell me about the up-and-coming also projects.
Okay.
At the present.
Before I jumped ship and moved out here to L.A., I did two major things. I had always worked on we had a reoccurring part every now and then on the TV show The Game, which is on BET. And actually I got a chance to play, you know, I had some major feature roles, and a couple times I had a speaking line here and there. But the recentest one I played a male stripper on The Game, man. About 6 months ago, it aired. It was like their third episode of the new season. And, you know, Tasha, a.k.a. Miss Tasha Mack, had some choice words for me. Said I smell like a blow pop. She was very, she's one of those women, and I hate to get off subject, but I got to say this. She's one of those actresses that when she's in her character, and especially as Tasha Mack, you don't know if she's in character or if that's just how she really is, because she's just wild and crazy, but in a good way. Like, she'll crackle me so hard on the set,
so
like when we're filming, and then she'll be like, I'm just kidding, right? But she'll do it so quick and slide, then she'll go back to being Tasha Mack, like, now take your bad shit. I'm like, I don't know if you serious or what. I was just looking at her like, I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah,
but that was one of the most recent things I did, yeah. And other than that, I also had a featured role. Like I said, I got a chance to work with Richard Roundtree with the project Being Mary Jane, which is supposed to be a new series on BET coming up. And that was Gabrielle Union, Richard Roundtree, my man Bishop. I worked with him. So, things have been going pretty good. Right now, I hate to toot my horn, but I'll say it a little bit. I have one of the hottest pilots on the web that is in conversation to be picked up by Comedy Central called Little Knockers. And that's actually like a prodigy. Yeah. And I play a coach on there. I play a defensive coordinator coach, like the assistant coach. And basically we hooping and hollering and cussing at little kids, and we treat them like NFL players, but in reality they're literally peewee kids. So that's pretty funny.
Yeah,
and
I
Will Ferrell,
seen the clip, and it's funny.
Yeah, and Will Ferrell,
really
funnyordie.com is the website that it airs on, and that's actually funded by Saturday Night Live and Will Ferrell and those guys, Tina Fey and everybody. So, those things are going on. Yeah. So I'm getting there. It's been a slow journey, but I'm definitely getting there. And the last thing, I just got casted a couple of days for a new sci-fi film that's being filmed out here in North Hollywood called RZ9, where I'll play a lieutenant in the command center. I only have one line, but, a brother get in where I can fit in. So I appreciate the opportunity.
Sci-fi.
Yeah, you don't see too many brothers on sci-fi, and I don't get killed off, by the way. I don't get killed right away.
No, and then I listen saying when you do, they're like the first or at least the second to get killed.
Yeah, no, I don't get killed off at all. I'm safe. I'm in the control center. I'm with the general. I'm chilling. I'm like his right-hand man, so I'm just chilling. And but I don't know how they're going to develop my character, how it's going to go, but I've been through a little FYI information out to me like, yo, your character is very crucial in the next up-and-coming episodes after the first one that we filmed, because I'm like the general's right-hand man, so I pretty much I do his dirty work, and I'm like this gun-ho, seasoned vet. I'm like an assassin. I go in there and get the job done no matter what. It's like I have no emotional contact with anybody. Off with your head, and that's it.
Okay, so that's pretty much like your background. That's pretty much
that's
pretty much what we're trying to do for our country. So that's going to be really easy. Okay. Shh, don't tell nobody.
Look, but you were asking me some other questions. A question about what did it take to make it out here, and I kind of touched on it a little bit.
Yes.
But at the same time, there's a physical element to this as well. I mean, that's just the mental and the soulful element to it, being strong-minded. But the physical element is that, at the end of the day, this is Hollywood, people, and, I know acting really has a variety of looks, but you want to make yourself as marketable as possible. So you got to do what you got to do to get the parts that you want. I mean, whether it's staying in shape, keeping yourself groomed, or if you have a certain style and a certain look that catches casting directors' eyes, work on perfecting it, enhancing it, so that every time when you walk in, people know that's you, and they want to use it. So I hope that answered it.
Can I ask you about your modeling?
Yeah, well,
I
I started off with doing a lot of fitness modeling, but because a brother like me is only 5'11", I'm not 6 foot, 6'1", or nothing like that. I'm not short, but I'm like in the middle. And I wish they would have had this category when I started modeling, because now they have a category in modeling. That's okay. Whatever. They have a category. Thank you. But they have a category in modeling now called life-size model. Life-size model is anywhere between 5'10" to 6 foot. And that's for your typically what they call considered average height males and stuff like that. But those guys do a lot of print and fitness modeling. Well, I don't want to talk about my age, but I'm in my late 30s. I don't look like it, but I'm in my late 30s.
Me too.
So I just, I eat right, stay in shape. Health and fitness is big in my life. If I wasn't acting, I still would be doing it, but it just kind of goes hand in hand in what I do right now. So, just being healthy and overall, whether it comes to spiritual, mind, and body, I just try to incorporate health in all those aspects.
Well, John, let me ask you, do it take a certain amount of discipline to actually, dedicate yourself to just maintaining your body? Because people, it is not easy. I mean, these people work hard.
It's not.
These people work hard. I mean, seriously. 6, 5 o'clock, and my line's on 4 o'clock in the morning, 3, 2. I'm in the gym flow. Wow.
Yeah, man. It's not hard. It's man. I can't even give you a estimate amount on a number scale what type of discipline that you need. It's just kind of like you have to find it within yourself, dig deep and find and be honest and real with yourself, whether you're willing to commit to, because that's the only way you're going to find out how much discipline you have. Like me, I'm not going to lie. I swear I was a fat kid in another lifetime because I love cake, sweets, candy, and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I love acting and I love, and be honest, I love money. So if I have to stay in shape to get the money that I want,
I'm on your team.
I just make it happen. I make it happen.
That's right. That's right. And, it's funny how people always ask, how did you do that? Like, I just did it. Like, that's the only thing you could tell them, because that's literally what you did. Just stepped out on stage, went up there. What was that like, moving from Atlanta to Hollywood? Like, from, the slow Southern to...
Believe it or not, I actually... And I don't want to speak bad on Atlanta because I love Atlanta. I plan on coming back and living in Atlanta. But
it's kind of empty here. I got to be honest.
And I hate to say it, but I really feel I used Atlanta. I stayed in Atlanta a little longer than I should have because I got to a level in Atlanta where I wasn't progressing anymore. And,
and then it's time to move on. So that's
and I was just, because so many projects were coming to Atlanta, like, man, I don't want to leave. This is coming, that's coming. I can do it. But it's very political in Atlanta, and I hate to say it, but, my casting directors and everybody out there in Atlanta, y'all need to stop using y'all power and controlling people's climbs to fame and all the glorious things that you're supposed to get. But anyway, so I moved from Atlanta out here to Hollywood, took a leap of faith on it, and, I prayed seriously about the decision before I made it with my wife and everything, and got out here, and I did, and it was amazing how people say, man, you just blessed, you lucky. It's luck, because nobody gets out there and they're working like you're working. It's luck. And I'm like, nah, I don't think it's luck. Man.
Exactly.
A little bit of being at the right place at the right time. It's timing. And, and what's meant for you to have, God's going to find a way to make a way. So I got out here, I just been doing it, and I look back at Atlanta, and it was a necessity for me to be in Atlanta, to go through what I went through, because it taught me so much and made me stronger. But make no mistakes about it. Atlanta is small French fries and potatoes compared to L.A. I'm going to keep it 100. Out here in L.A., these casting directors, they have no fear. If your stuff is garbage, they will look you in your eye and tell you goodbye. They're not trying to they don't sugarcoat. They don't have to, because this is the Mecca between this and New York and maybe Miami. This is the Mecca. I mean, a lot of people say Atlanta's the new Atlanta Wood and it's the new Hollywood. I said, until Atlanta gets a union for its actors, till Atlanta gets a union for its actors, it's not the next Hollywood. I'm going to be honest. Because I'm a SAG actor now, and, even if I do a feature role, they're obligated to pay me a certain amount of money. I don't care if they use me or not. I still got my check.
That's right. That's right. And then there's another thing about working here. Like, you sign up and you're thinking you're going to get paid, and people will literally, and it's hard out there, people, like, literally you have to watch who you deal with in this industry. It's very slimy. Everybody's stepping on everybody's throat. So,
and everybody wants something.
Don't get paid.
And what I gather, these, and once again, people that are listening, this is just my personal experiences. I'm not saying it's like that for everybody, but just my personal experience.
Yeah.
I'm speaking on. It's people look at me and they say, "Oh man, you attractive guy. You got a body. You got it going on. It's easy for you." It's not. You'd be surprised. I mean, and I know this is a taboo subject, but I'm gonna keep it real. And that's just how I operate. Either you love me or you hate me. But my experience in Atlanta, and I'm not gonna call no names out, but I've been hit on by some major people, and I'm not talking about women. I'm talking about men.
Wow.
And
oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah, and I just stand firm on my morals and my beliefs. I don't knock anybody's preference. Whatever you want to do behind closed doors, that's totally your business. I just don't push that upon me, and I'm not willing, because I want to be a star or I want fame so much, to go down that route. Because at the end of the day, when I wake up in the morning, I look at the mirror and I still have to respect and love myself. So I just keep it moving. And
but you would have to be shocked.
Yeah. You'd be shocked for a while.
At the type of, who is actually coming on to you, but at the same time, you have to just be kind, and because you're probably going to work with them again.
It's like Muhammad.
Exactly.
It's like I take the words of Muhammad Ali: "Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee." You gotta know how to bother me.
Like a bee. That's
you gotta
right.
rope the dope. You gotta let people think they're gonna get something that they never gonna get.
That's right.
And,
exactly.
Just keep it moving. Just keep it moving. And I can speak on it now, because once again, I'm not in Atlanta no more. I don't need to come back and work in Atlanta. I'm working out here, so it's all cool. But I think once the actresses and actors in Atlanta decide that enough is enough and band together and set some standards for themselves.
Demand unions.
Yeah, and demand unions and demand to be treated a certain level. It's not going to change until that happens.
That's right. That's right. And you know what is the bad thing down here? And I know it's up there, too. And the main thing, and I say this on show after show, the black market movie industry and music industry has killed the financial surge in Hollywood and in, the music world. It's just, that's what killed it. And so now they expect everyone to work for free. Atlanta has that really, really bad. And sometimes
because
they promise you money.
Everybody in Atlanta is so hungry that as long as you got a camera and you're willing to click and point, you can get any. They're willing to. Oh, I'll take off all my clothes for you. It's going to be on YouTube.
Yes,
okay,
but no,
cool.
it's not even that. Look, YouTube, not Playboy, but YouTube. You can do this yourself.
I'm saying, but everybody wants to be a star. It's like you hungry, but be hungry, but have some.
Be intelligent.
Some standards. Have some standards.
Yeah,
I was
standards and be intelligent.
I was speaking to a actress friend of mine up in Chicago, and she's pretty well popular up there. She's doing her thing. But, I kind of told her, and I think she got a little irritated because I told her, I said, you know what, my days of doing free and pro bono and IMBD credit work are done. She was like, so what if the project is really good and this and that? I said, I don't care if it's good and it's good as gold. I said, I need to be paid. And she was like, well, what about for the love of it? I'm like, I love this, but I love my paycheck more. So, my thing is to be selective and have my standards. If you allow people to always, because you got a good project and people believe in it, and it's a free and there's no potential that it's going to possibly get picked up, then, it's like, she was like, well, I told her, I said, I don't even care if I have to do a pilot and they pay me $5,000 to do a pilot and the pilot gets backburner or never gets seen or never gets picked up. But you know what? I didn't waste my time because I still got my paycheck. So just keep it moving.
Right.
At the end of the day,
right.
You have to pay your bills. So, free and getting a box of pizza on a set ain't going to cut it for me.
And that's all they offer here. And it's bad because, this is the mecca of the starving artist. It's no longer New York or L.A., like you said. It's starving artists because literally that's all they're trying to pay you, unless you're getting extra work with a big studio. Other than that, you're pretty much not getting paid.
I'll just say, if you really think you are supposed to be in this business and you're supposed to shine and get yours and do that, then get off your butt, get off the couch, make some moves, get your butt out here, or go to New York, go to Miami, get to Hollywood, or get to Los Angeles, period, and get out here. Because you're not going to know until you try. So, to all my so-called actresses and actors in Atlanta, I'm not shooting you or putting you down, but, you in Atlanta, I'm in Hollywood. I'm going to keep it real.
You're not going to get anywhere. Exactly. So let me ask you this while we're on this. Do you actually feel that anyone based in Atlanta can be successful in this genre, in this industry, in this craft, being
I do.
filled in one place?
Yeah.
No,
man, I know tons of people.
Nowhere else.
Hey, I know tons of people. I mean, it's just, it's hard work. You got to ask yourself, are you ready to work? Now, if you're ready to work, then come on out here, because you're going to have to work. When I was in Atlanta, I could make enough decent money where, I can act, and that's all I really had to do. As far as income, I was, comfortable and able to take care of bills and provide and stuff like that. Now, I'm going to be honest, out here in L.A., I had to go back to my stomping grounds. I had to get a second job where I work at a celebrity gym, but I do a lot of personal training for some stars and celebs, but it still allows me to network and do my thing as well, too. But, out here is not for the faint of heart. You got to be really, you might have to take a step back to take 2 steps forward. That's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody that John Westley Dean works a regular job at Equinox Fitness, a celebrity gym where Khloe Kardashian works out at, and I still act. I do my acting, so I keep a job too. So, but
that's right.
I just love fitness, so I do what I love the most.
Is it really straining, and no disrespect, being out there among all those beautiful people? Do you ever just feel like the next person is competition, or do you feel like you have no competition?
I haven't even thought about it or looked at it on a competition standpoint, because out here you don't exactly know what somebody's looking for. And the reason why I say that, they may put a character description out for a casting call. They may just say, African-American male, such and such, 25 to 35, 5'11", and 190 pounds. That's all they'll say. Mm-hmm. They won't tell you if they're looking for somebody bald-headed, cut up, out of shape, in shape. They just give you a generic, stance, and they want to see what you're going to bring to the table. And one thing that I have realized and I have learned since I've been out here, LA is a little bit more about your talent versus about who you know. But once you start to get into that upper echelon area where you go from being a C actor to a B actor to an A-list actor, once you get higher in the anarchy part of it, that's when you start to realize now it's about who you know. But, coming in the game, and what I was told, I'm considered a C-list actor, which, I have moved up since Atlanta. Because I was D-list. But I'm a C-list actor now out here. But, that's just how they rate it from the big boys. That's how the big boys rate it. It's A, B, C, or D.
Okay.
And then you got, if you don't have no experience, never done anything, you a F. You got to work your way up. But no, so I get out here and, you just got to keep pushing, man. And you don't have to worry about who you know or who knows you or whatever until you get to that B, C-list, that B, A-list status. And even then, some of these A-listed actresses and actors, they still have to audition too. Don't get it twisted. I mean, especially, I'm not saying nobody like a Denzel Washington or a Robert De Niro or somebody has to audition, but you got some selective A-listed actors and B that still have to go in here and do a read, but they'll do a read amongst the peers that are who on their same level. Right.
Okay. But do you feel like the black market has dwindled work in Hollywood in Tinseltown?
No, I'm gonna keep it real. If us as black African
Is
American.
it more of a reality?
No, the reality is that there are a lot of African. Huh?
The reality shows. Do you feel like either the black market?
Oh man, the reality shows suck. I hate them. They have killed.
Okay.
They killed TV. They killed TV. I can't stand reality shows.
It really did.
From Atlanta Housewives
really
to Orange County, all of them. Because I'm gonna tell you, man. People just want drama. They want to be entertained, so they put the most outrageous. And people think that these reality shows are real. These reality shows are fake.
Exactly.
They're fake. They're scripted. They're scripted. And just to go to show you how fraudulent it is, Kevin Hart did he has a series out, Real Husbands of Hollywood, which makes fun of reality shows. And that's the funniest. And he basically just exaggerates everything that they do on these reality shows. He just 10 times. He's just over the top. So, which it just goes to show you, it's nothing but a spoof on reality shows, because reality shows are a joke.
And it is.
People
people don't want to see real anymore.
Yeah.
They're taking overboard, and for the real working actor.
Yeah, and even like with I was watching an interview of Regina King, and she's talking about reality TV and stuff like that. And I'm in agreement with her as an actor. You're going to cast somebody who is a reality star to do something in a major film because they got some popularity. They have no real talent. They have no talent. They're not going to get nominated for an Oscar. They're not going to. They're going to do it, and they're going to be a hit or a miss, or they could be good for the time, but they're going to fade away in the sunset. But these directors and casting directors, they cast these reality people for these shows and TV shows, and if you have the opportunity as a reality star and you get selected and you get put into a show, do the right thing by, if this is something that you want to make a career out of, take the time, get trained, go to school, learn your craft, and take it serious. Don't just rely because I'm on TV, I'm on MTV Road Rules. I'm a reality star, or my name is Vinny from the Jersey Shore. I'm a reality star. I deserve to be in this movie. I mean, I'm not hating on your hustle, but I'm gonna keep it real. Y'all ain't got no talent. Ain't no talent.
I'm sorry to cut you short, but this is so true. And what you're saying is so true, and I totally agree. Reality sucks because it's taking real work away from the real working actors, talented actors. We're about to conclude the show. But before we go, I want you to be able to tell my audience about your new project you have going on, of entrepreneurship, of actually starting your own production. And
Well, yeah, and that's called Once Upon Imagination. We are in touch with, we have a film crew in Atlanta that we're negotiating with, and one up in New York, and the film crew was actually the same crew that Dave Chappelle used on Comedy Central for his show. So I'm in the process of starting on my own independent film company, and it's really geared to get writers projects that, if you have a script, you have an idea, you got it broken down. We'll try to work it out where you can make a way to get it to me, let me read it. Make sure it's copywritten, people, so you don't think somebody's trying to rip you off and take your idea, because it's not how I operate. Just trying to get new material out there, because it's not a lot of work for us as African Americans, and it's good to have, somebody or people that are willing to put our works out there, because, we have great stories and great talents as well. And it's time to just showcase it. And as us as a culture can come together and stop fighting and biting each other's heads off, it's no limit to it.
We're about to end the show. I'm so sorry we're running out of time. I would love to have you back, John, anytime. Sure. Anytime you have anything coming up, you want to get it out. But I want to give a big shout out to everyone in all the social sites that I network on, from Twitter to Facebook to Blogger to Tumblr, to just everything.